Hello, Frags and Beer family. Welcome to another episode of Beard Wizard Reviews. I'm your host, Zaymot, also known as Trevor, or the Beard Wizard on social media. You can find the links to all of that in the video description below, including ways to support the channel. Biggest way to support the channel is click that red subscribe button. Get us to 700 as soon as possible so I can give away 7 books. And 1,000, I'm going to give away 1,000 books. Or I'm going to give away 10 books. 7 books is 700. 10 books at 1,000, not 1,000 books. Whew, that would be, yeah, that would put me out of business forever. Anyway, click that red subscribe button. Check out the merch store. Check out thebeardstruggle.com and the coffee link down there. All different ways to help support the channel, keep us going, bring us new materials, bring us new equipment. I need a new camera to give you guys different types of shows, different formats. I'd like some new lighting to kind of make things look a little nicer. So helping us out will bring you guys better content, more content, and all that good stuff. So anyway, today, so I missed you over the weekend. Hopefully you missed me. I was at a show all weekend. So I think my last episode was actually on Wednesday. So unfortunately I haven't seen you guys for a while. I missed you. So thanks for being here. If you're in the live stream, say hi. If you're watching the recording, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. We missed new release day. We missed a new band day. So I'm going to try to make that up to you this week. And I saw when I went to pull up Tom's video, which I have listened to already, I noticed that Ginger has released a new one and Rachel Geek has released a new one. So I'll be taking a look at those this week as well. And then sharing them with you. And of course, we're going to have Love Bites on Wednesday for Wolfpack Wednesday. Try to bring you some gaming stuff. I'm really going to try to make up a weekend away to you guys, give you some more content this week, and see what I can do. So thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to take a look at Tom's new one, Balloons. Excuse me, we'll talk about it. I'll pause as necessary and all that good stuff. But again, click the red button. Tell me you're here. Much love. We'll see you on the other side of the video.
I miss the days when no one even knew my name. Now everywhere I go, I wear a hat to hide my face. I got weapons hidden inside every room in my place. Now I have to keep a pistol on me always just in case. This is a nightmare. Never expected the fame to be something I would wrestle with and fight to embrace. Sometimes I feel like the love I get's outweighed by the hate. I hid the tears, but I can't hide from the pain. I'm working 20-hour days, can't even lie to y'all, I'm burnt out. Asleep on my weight bench, trying to find the strength to work out. Should be happy I'm successful, I just went and bought my first house. Thought money would help cure my depression, but it's worse. How? Tired of it, lucky I don't have a manager cause I'll be firing them. Tired of talking to other artists who just want to tell me I'm inspiring them. Parents keep telling me they have a kid and they're thankful the child is admiring me. Great, wanna know how I feel? I might kill myself before retiring.
So a lot to unpack, and welcome Ildefonso, and no worries for not being here. I know it's hard sometimes to make regular stops and shows. I can't even do it myself. But no, I appreciate when you guys do show up. Ildefonso, I love seeing you when you do come in. And I totally understand. Sometimes you can't make it. That's just the way it goes. But a lot to unpack in here, and I can understand a little bit where Tom's coming from. You know, being an independent writer, being an independent artist myself, I am not anywhere near the level, even close, not even a microscopic level close to where Tom's at as far as fame and notoriety. But the sense that we tend to internalize, we tend to focus on the negative stuff over the positive stuff. When he says that sometimes it seems like the hate is overwhelming the love that he receives. For every 10 positive comments, you know, you might get 1 negative comment or negative review. That negative comment carries so much more weight with an independent artist, or with any artist, really. Anybody who's bearing their soul and putting it out there in front of you. And it's difficult. And I'm not going to say that we shouldn't get any negative feedback or whatever. If there's some negative feedback to give it to us. But there is that sort of sense of how that stuff weighs on us more than all the good stuff that we hear. So I can understand where he's coming from there. And a lot of you listen to a lot of people who become famous, especially people who become famous quickly or young, it tends to weigh on them more than people who, say, gradually became famous, or people who become famous when they're older, when they're more set, more concrete in their life. You know, you look at all the child stars, look at all the people who became famous really young. Their lives tend to be really rough, mentally, emotionally. They fight depression. A lot of times they're fighting addiction or abuse of alcohol or drugs. So fame, it's a double-edged sword. You know, a lot comes with it. Sometimes money, sometimes, you know, popularity. You get things, you have nice things, you have a nice house, nice car, but you've also got that sense of constantly having to please everybody just to keep those things, and that weighs a lot on a person's soul. And he's going to go a lot into this, and it doesn't help that he's battling depression, and he is an addict, even though he may not be using right now. An addict is always an addict. Some addicts just fight it better than others, so that's a hard thing to go through all together, all as a package, so to speak.
I'm in the clouds, I can't reach the ground. They're coming in crowds, blew me up like a balloon and let me go. Watch me float away while I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones, like maybe this time we can see them explode. Blew me up like a balloon and let me go. They all throwing rocks cause they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. They're the reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Blew me up like a balloon and left me. I miss the times when I could go outside. I didn't have to watch my back out of the corner of my eye. I didn't have to fake a smile and pose for pictures all the time. Can't even lie, I miss when time was really mine. Now I just belong to everybody else but me. These panic attacks are making it awful hard to breathe. Built a vocal booth inside the crib and stopped making beats. Don't even rap, I stand inside of it and scream. Like this is not what I expected. I work my hands to the bone, and my anxiety is triggered by the apps on my phone. I tried deleting them so the internet would leave me alone, but the lack of attention made me feel worse than before. I'm sick of it all, the internet watching me trip when I fall. Embarrassed that everyone witnesses all. My illness isn't real time, man, I'm addicted to y'all. Rappers on Twitter don't get me involved. I'm posing for photos with fans in the mall and dying inside pretending I'm strong. I'm not a celebrity, I am just tall.
That's the side effect, or the bad part of fame that comes with it, is you become addicted to that positive feedback. You know, anybody who is on social media a lot, it's an endorphin rush, it's a dopamine rush of, you know, when you get positive feedback, positive comments. You know, I had a tweet one time, I guess virtually go viral, thousands and thousands overnight, thousands of likes and retweets, and it felt good, you know. And imagining that on a scale at his level, where everything he posts goes viral, everything he posts on Twitter gets thousands and thousands of responses in a matter of hours, every video he puts on YouTube gets millions of hits in the first day. There's a sense of elation, a sense of justification that comes along with that, and you become addicted to that feedback and you want more of it. But sometimes you're back to taking more of the negative, that negative feedback hitting harder than the positive. So with that positive feedback you're getting, that you're addicted to, you're getting all this negative noise, and it's a detrimental, it's a two-edged sword. It's good and bad on both sides of it, and that's kind of what he's talking about here, is how the fame is not always what it's cracked up to be, and a lot of artists do go into this, and then you ask, well, but they keep doing it. Well, of course they keep doing it. They're artists. We are driven by a need to express ourselves in our chosen format. I couldn't stop writing to save my life. Now, I don't necessarily have to publish everything I write, but until the day I die, I will be telling stories. I can't stop. And this is going to be the same for a musician or a painter or a sculptor. They can't just stop. So we get ourselves caught in that sort of loop of destructive feedback when we get into that, because we can't get away with it. It doesn't work that way. We can't just stop doing it because it feels bad. It doesn't work like that.
I'm just calm. I'm in the clouds. I can't reach the ground. They're coming in crowds. Fill me like a balloon and let me go. Watch me float away while I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Do me up like a balloon and let me go. They are throwing rocks cause they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. For the reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Do me up like a balloon and let I miss the years when every Friday wasn't spent with my therapist. Then I realized I hated fame and accepted I'm scared of it. I got Ativan, Cipralex, Xanax, and Seroquel in a Tupperware container. I don't touch, I just stare at them. Breathing exercise is supposed to help me to cope, but nothing works quite as good as a bottle of Jack and a smoke. I try to focus on my breath, but it gets stuck in my throat. This never happened back when I was young and happy and broke. I never thought I'd be the rapper all these rappers trying to be. Posting 20 times a day, now I don't have no privacy. Meeting with these major labels, CEOs with giant teams. If y'all want to do business, why are y'all trying to lie to me? I'm bored of the fame. Every time it feels fresh again, I'm getting more of the same. Interviewers think they know who I am, they made up their mind before I explain. Well, because you asked so nice, I guess I'll tell. Ain't been feeling too hot lately, Jim. Is there anything else? Great, cause lately every day I feel like I'm living in hell. I'm glad the music helps you, but I might really kill myself. When this magazine gets printed, can you send one to my house? I'd like to own a tiny piece of me like everybody else. Go, watch me float away while I scream no.
That's a hard line right there. People feel, and you'll see people talk about it, people feel like when you become famous or when you become a public figure that you lose your rights to certain parts of yourself. You'll even see people talk about privacy and why paparazzi can do what they can do, or why people should be able to post pictures of famous people doing whatever they want. And some famous cases have been argued against that, like Hulk Hogan against Gawker at one point. You know, famous people don't just stop being people just because they're famous. And to say that I want a piece of me like everybody else, he's basically saying, I want myself back. We have to remember that they're people. And when you treat a famous person with like they're not a person, you sort of add to that. And you got to remember, they're people. You're adding to their sort of whatever they're fighting. You're adding to their sense of objectivity, the sense of not being objective as in, looking at things from objective perspective, but they feel like objects. They feel like people treat them like things, and we have to remember that they're people. And that's kind of where he's going at with there. Ildefonso says, I have the last two CDs, and this song is probably the deepest one in my opinion and second favorite. Very cool. Yeah, I'm going to start buying CDs. I'm trying a little bit at a time to actually buy merch and CDs from the people that we do. He has a song called Hulk Hogan. Cool. I'll have to, hopefully he'll either do a video or put it on his channel, or I have to see if I can snag one of those CDs and look at it. But yeah, that's a perfect example. Hulk Hogan's sex tape was released by Gawker, and they thought that because he was a famous person, I think it was a sex tape or something. Anyway, Gawker released something, and their justification was, well, he's a public figure. We can do what we want. And he won a multi-million-dollar settlement against Gawker, which actually was the nail in the coffin that shut that site down, because the judge saw it differently and treated Hulk Hogan like he was a person rather than an object, which is what we need to remember. Yes, they're famous people. Yes, they put themselves out there. Yes, we go out and do shows. We go, sorry about that. Oh, I need to buy. No, don't worry about it, Alfonso. If you get to it, awesome. I don't want anybody to feel obligated to buy anything. But we have to remember that even though artists put themselves out there, we do shows, we do signings, we meet people, we're still people. So treat them like people. Try to remember that a little bit. Be nice to them. When you walk up to a famous person that you don't know, that you've never met on the street, they're doing their thing, don't get up in their face and be stupid. You know, if you see Tom on the street and you want to say hi, just like a person. How's it going, man? You know, and move on. What's a selfie on your phone going to do? You want to show it to your friend? I met Tom MacDonald. Just tell your friends you met Tom MacDonald. If they're your friends, they'll believe you. And if they don't believe you, they're not your friends. You don't need a picture to prove it. Just say hi. How's it going, man? Yeah, Hulk Hogan was a great dude. And I grew up watching Hulk Hogan. And Andre and the Ultimate Warrior and all those guys. So Ildefonso and I here, we're diving off into the wrestlings. Yeah, I grew up in that era myself. So all those guys were my heroes. I grew up watching those guys do their thing, you know. So it was heartbreaking to see what they did to Hulk Hogan, and I was very happy to see that he won that settlement. That was very cool. So anyway, back to Mr. MacDonald here.
Like everybody else. Don't watch me float away while I scream no. Every time I get close, they pull out their phones. Like maybe this time we can see them explode. Blew me up like a balloon and let me go. They all throwing rocks cause they tryna poke holes. They wanna see me pop, they don't wanna see me blow. The reason that I'm gone, they don't wanna see me go. Blew me up like a balloon and left me.
Oh, and Not Just by Nova. Great video. So not just by Nova, but David as well. Very cool song. Very deep. A lot going on in there. Like Ildefonso said, very deep song. A lot to unpack there. Tom seems to go through these ups and downs of songs that deal with a lot of his depression, and then songs that are more upbeat or snarky jabs at politics, politicians, things like that. So this one going down into the sort of the depression topic that Tom does not hesitate to talk about, which is a good thing. I've said it many times, and I'll keep saying it, that we need more people who Dave MacDonald helped with the special effects. Very cool. That's good to know. Thank you, Ildefonso. People who are famous, people who are looked up to, people who are in the spotlight or have a platform as large as Tom's need to not be afraid to talk about things like depression, addiction, mental health, suicide. Those things need to stop being shameful topics. So when Tom talks about those things, I think that's important. And I'm glad that he does, and hopefully people listen. So anyway, thank you so much for everybody who was in the channel. Ildefonso and anybody else who was watching live, thank you so much. If you're watching in the comments or watching the recording, leave me a comment. Otherwise, click that red button and subscribe. And I will see you guys all again soon. Lots of new releases this week, so we got some stuff coming up. I will see you all again soon. You have a great one.